Founder and former chairman Jerome Chazen joins me now. You are a heck of a success story in the retail industry.
Thank you.
But I have to ask you about what has happened to the company since you left. They've changed the name. Liz Claiborne doesn't even own the brand of Liz Claiborne anymore. Now they're Fifth and Pacific. I mean, how do you feel now that you built this?
Well, it was devastating to me. Unfortunately, a lot of things happened along the way. I wasn't there. I can only, criticize from the outside, from the sideline, so to speak. But there were a number of strategic initiatives that the company took that little by little meant that Liz Claiborne, the Liz Claiborne line itself, became less and less important to the company. They tried to make acquisitions to make up for the losses that were taking place. And they allowed the #1 fashion brand in America to disintegrate.
Well, and the company itself, I mean, the stock itself has been a massive target of analysts. Motley Fool actually wrote, "Beware about Liz, doesn't even know who it is." So you've got everyone piling on saying this company is on its way down. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's a big problem. The new CEO that's in there was faced with a company when he walked in. It was hemorrhaging cash. He was very concerned about the fact that if things continued to go the way they were, they would just be bankrupt. He didn't want that to happen, and he made some very, I guess, difficult decisions, selling off many of the nameplates that they had bought over the years to help the Liz downfall, and sold them for a lot less than they paid for them, and so on and so forth, and was left with just a minimum number of brands. And frankly, I look at the company now, and I think Bill McComb, the CEO, does as well, as a startup.
Oh, well, I mean, many people hope that the company can turn itself around, but let's talk about what you did back in the day, and that's what you wrote the book about, was about building the company. I mean, you IPO'd back in 1981.
Correct.
If I would have given you $19,000, you would have made me $1 million in just 10 years as the CEO of that company. What experience can the rest of us gain here? How can we learn from what you did, at least?
Well, we were, in many ways, in the right place at the right time. We were fortunate to have a wonderful designer who understood the American woman. And we were then fortunate to have this explosion of women in the workforce. They needed clothes. They had empty closets with which to go back to the office. They couldn't, or go to the office in the first place. And they needed clothes. They had to wear them. At the same time, we had a proliferation of new malls being built all over the United States, particularly in the 80s. And every new mall needed inventory, and we were there.
You pioneered the idea of separates, which is everybody does separates.
Exactly.
In women's.
Exactly.
Well, Jerome Chazen, it was wonderful to have you on the show. Congratulations on the book, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm sure there are many in the retail industry that probably need to read it these days, considering what sales were in December. Jerome,
well,
thank you.
It's kind of the business of fashion.
The business of, it is a business. It's big business.
It is a business.
Jerome Chazen, Liz Claiborne founder and a former chairman, of course, of Liz Claiborne. My life.